is the Wildtrak, a name notable from the range Ute, whereupon the Everest family SUV is based. The Everest Wildtrak adds a third V6 4x4 model to the lineup, and Portage says it's the top rough terrain variation. Everest Wildtrak is one of the most costly in its group when contrasted with the Isuzu MU-X, Toyota Fortuner, and Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. I want to inform you about the law that came into force last month. Thus, Ford Australia is climbing Everest evaluating by up to $2,490, referring to economic situations. The increments will happen for all MY24 vehicles created from January 1, 2024. All orders contracted from September 15 that of creation assigned will be cost safeguarded. Should you buy a 2024 Ford Everest Wildtrak? At the end of the video, you will be able to decide what your choice will be. Beginning cost of $74,704. Barring on-street costs, the Wildtrak rendition arranges itself easily in the upper level of the 2024 Ford Everest range. This valuing mirrors a minimal increment from its underlying declaration cost of $73,090 in May, showing Ford's reaction to showcase elements and creation costs. The Wildtrak is a restricted version of 800 units, with supply due to be finished from the processing plant in Thailand by mid-2024. Wildtrak front grille and guard. The Everest Wildtrak has an extraordinary front grille and guard configuration, separating it outwardly from other Everest models. Exceptional 20-inch matte dark wheels adds a one-of-a-kind plan for the Wildtrak Haggles territory tires, with the no-cost choice of 18-inch Haggles landscape tires. Zone lighting. This component gives extra outside lighting around the vehicle, valuable in low light circumstances. 360-degree camera adds a 360-degree camera framework. Signature Wildtrak badging. The vehicle incorporates unmistakable Wildtrak badging, distinguishing it as this specific variation. Double-board power all-encompassing rooftop. The Wildtrak accompanies a double-board all-encompassing rooftop, offering a lengthy above view. Silver rooftop rails. These are incorporated for extra freight limit and contrast in variety from other Everest models. Not at all like most different variations of the Everest, the Wildtrak comes in only one decision of motor. However, as I would see it, it's by a wide margin the better decision. Although there are minor underpinning differences, the Everest and Ranger share a comparable stage, engine and transmission, a magnificent 184 kilowatts/600 newton meters 3.0-liter V6 turbo diesel, mated to a 10-speed gearbox. The Everest was shorter than the Ranger, both 4,919 mm versus 5,406 mm when the tow bar was installed, and 71 kg heavier, which is precisely 30 kilowatts and 100 Newton meters more impressive than the biturbo 4-chamber diesel standard in different Everests. This current reality savings of the V6 on the surf is better than the biturbo in engine light, hoping for comparable results. We noted a typical yield of 10.5 liters/100 kilometers in a mix of highway and big city driving in general 2H, also called two-wheel drive. There's nothing here to differentiate the 2024 Ford Everest Wildtrak from the more affordable Ford Everest Sport. Two of them get the overwhelming 12-inch infotainment screen mounted upward in the dashboard, as well as a 8.0-inch computerized instrument group. Most all the other things is natural stuff for all Everest proprietors: remote or cabled, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, remote cell phone charging, implanted sat-nav, AM/FM and computerized radio, Bluetooth streaming and the Ford Pass Connect telephone application with inserted modem, extremely helpful for remote opening. There are USB in and USB-C focuses in the first and second seating lines. With every one of the 7 seats involved there is 259 liters. Of gear space, with line 3 collapse there is 898 liters. And with just the front seats involved there is an enormous 1818 liters. Accommodatingly, every one of the seats crease level, which makes stacking and dumping more straightforward.